Jungle.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Josh Wallace Show, episode 6. If you could hit that subscribe button and then the bell as well to get notified every time there's new content. I upload every Friday. I hope you guys have been enjoying these episodes. I've really enjoyed my time connecting with all of you in this great hobby that we all love. Let's get into this episode. For anyone who knows the sports card game and has been in this hobby for at least a short amount of time, everyone knows that it can be very addicting. And so I know that there's collectors and there's investors and there's both. And I want to help people because I don't really like to see people get burned with investing and they spend thousands of dollars on a few different cards, and in a couple days, weeks, or months, or years, those cards are just worth a fraction of what they bought them for. And I want to help people with that because I feel like I can provide some tips in that avenue because I've been in the sports card hobby pretty much my whole life. So I wanted to start with collecting, and as I'm a collector, and I'm not a flipper, so I know that people right now are trying to make a buck or two off of different cards, and I really am just a collector. And that's this hobby is made to be a hobby, and it's made for us to love, and it's this hobby is made for us to enjoy. And when we're constantly stressing out about, oh, I got to make $1 or $2 or $100 here, $100 there, it takes kind of sometimes it can take the fun away, and it can kind of, actually bring a lot of stress into the game. And that's not really what the sports card game was all about. And yes, we can flip, and that's cool, but I personally just like to collect. And some tips on how I collect. So I personally go the avenue of a couple different players that I love. Michael Jordan is my main PC. So people in the sports card community say PC, which means personal collection. And Michael Jordan is my personal collection. And I have a few different teams I collect. I collect the Phoenix Suns. I collect the Green Bay Packers. And I also have a Zion Williamson collection too. So I advise people to collect what they love, and the rest will kind of fall into place. Something that a lot of people can do, a helpful tip, is just pick a couple different players you like, or a couple teams you like, and collect those players or teams. Because let's say you try and collect like all your favorite players. Let's say you got tens of different players that you love. Let's say you want to collect all those players, or you got so many teams you want to collect all those teams. As you get into collecting those players, you will start to realize that I want more of those players' cards. I want to get deeper into my collection with those players, with my players' collection, and then over time you're gonna want higher end cards. And the reality is that it's going to be really hard to collect every single card of every single player you love if you're collecting a bunch of different players. So that's why I think at the end of the day, you can end up kind of almost being frustrated to the point where you're like, man, I want this card or that card. You go on eBay and you're like, man, I want all these cards, but you can't afford them because you're collecting like 10 different guys, or you're collecting 20 different guys. And my focus is just try and narrow it down to a couple different players. Like for me, like I was saying, Michael Jordan is my main collection. And so just try and narrow it down to a couple different players. So on the flipping side of the game, yes, I have sold some of my cards, and yes, I have doubled and tripled in profit some of the purchases that I've made, but that is not why I collect. I'm a collector at heart, and I don't collect just to make a buck or two or a few $100 here, a few $100 there. I enjoy this hobby because I love sports cards, and I love the game of basketball, and I love all sports. And so I really just want to let people know and kind of remind people that this is supposed to be a hobby first. And let's just enjoy the cards that we collect, We don't need to stress out about making money off of every single card that we buy. And yes, that is part of the game. Most people now, there's a lot of people coming in right now that are trying to flip cards and make money on cards, and that's okay. Lots of people like myself as well love to just collect, and that's what I do. And I hope everybody has enjoyed this episode. We have a mail day today as well, so let's get into that mail day. All right, you guys, let's get into our mail day. Super excited about this. So let's see what we got. All right. So this is what's inside. Let's open this bad boy. Here's this. And let's see how they did this one. Yeah, taped it. All right. Here we go. I'm so happy to get this in the mail. Here we go. 2013-14 Fleer Retro 96-97 Skybox Premium Star Rubies. Mint 9. Look at that. Shine on there. On the back, it'll say right here, 13 of 150 Star Rubies. This is my 6th Star Rubies of Jordan. Beckett slabbed 9 mint. So that is a beauty. Look at that shine on there. That is so sweet. Wow. That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. So I want to ask all of you, who are you collecting right now? Who is your main PC guy, personal collection? Who do you mainly collect? How do you guys feel about this new NBA draft coming up? Who do you guys think will be a great player in the near future from this NBA draft? There's a lot of talk of, this draft is not the greatest draft in the world, especially the last two that we've had with Zion last year and Luka the year before. But this year has not had as much hype. Who do you guys think will come out really in a surprising way, kind of shock us all of who can have an incredible career and possibly be a superstar in this league? Who do you guys think that player is in this upcoming NBA draft? Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are the best.